when we were coming in here tonight, you saw somebody holding up a sign saying a vote for the Conservative Party is a vote for racism. What do you think when you see things like that?
I find that's really silly because it's funny. The person who came in and told me, because I didn't see the sign for myself, I'm pretty sure he is of he's got an Indian or a Hindu background. So seeing how our party is already pretty diverse, especially when you look at the youth who are involved with the party now, I wouldn't say that it is at all. And like you said, like you were scanning the crowds and you found me, and maybe most people, their mainstream idea of the Conservative Party and its values, they wouldn't suspect of finding a young Muslim woman who was wearing a veil in the crowd. So I completely disagree with something like that.
When you say that you wouldn't expect that, why do you think that is? What do you think the view is about?
Whenever somebody is looking at conservative, immigration policies that they're putting out, or the question about the citizenship ceremony and wearing the niqab, those kinds of issues, as soon as you post those all over the place, everybody's like, oh my God, the Conservatives are totally anti-Muslim, anti-immigrant, they're extremely racist, whereas sometimes there may be something, like there's a reason behind them coming up with certain policies or having certain ideas. But like I've worked for the Conservative Party before when I was in Ottawa. I never came across anybody who, disrespected me at all within the party because of my beliefs. I also came across a lot of party members and who were, of different backgrounds. So again, I think it's unfortunate that people see that just because of certain issues that the media blasts out and tries to give, the idea that the Conservatives are, very racist or anti-whatever.
Well, you mentioned the niqab ruling. I'd love to hear what you think about the stance that the party's taken on that.
Well, right now, as far as I understand, there hasn't been an exact stance taken on the niqabs in the citizenship ceremony. Am I wrong on that, or...?
So they've asked, they're looking to have a stay so that the woman who has said that she'd like, and has been granted permission to take her citizenship oath, essentially cannot do it while they continue to try to fight it in court. And Stephen Harper has said, when you take the citizenship oath, you should show your face if you want to become a member of the Canadian family. What do you think of that?
If it's for security reasons, obviously I completely understand. This isn't the first time that something like this has come up. However, the idea of, it being against Canadian values to, hide your identity when you're coming into the Canadian family, we're not coming in and trying to hide our identity from everybody. We're very open, we're very welcoming. But again, security reasons, I've seen this come up in other places before. This isn't something new, so it doesn't surprise me.
My understanding is that she would show, this particular woman at the heart of this case would show her face to a female official privately beforehand and would then just want to take her citizenship oath in public, once they verified her identity. Do you see a problem with that?
No, I wouldn't see a problem with that at all.
I guess I'm just asking because it does sound like it's counter to what the party is calling for in this particular instance.
I don't know. If they're willing to have a female official in the back, check her out and stuff, then I think it'd be fine. Yeah.
But Stephen Harper says even if that happens, she still shouldn't be able to take the oath with her face covered.
I think everyone's entitled to their own opinions at the end of the day. So I don't think every Conservative believes that. But again, everyone's entitled to their own opinions at the end of the day. And if he believes that, that's fine. Some other people may not necessarily agree with that, and that's also fine. Laying it down and enforcing it, and then having to come up with charter claims and all that, or charter challenges and all that stuff. I don't know, there was an NDP candidate who had said that, and now he took it back. Stuff like that. Maybe we need to talk more about that. Before. Yeah.
Just tell me what it's like. Maybe my last question before I ask if you have anything to add is just what is it like to be a really politically engaged young Muslim woman right now?
Everyone's very welcoming because you don't see a lot of people like that in this field. I think it's because we're still coming out of 9/11 and the idea of Islamophobia, and if I'm going to put myself, in the public spotlight, I'm going to be, attacked for it. So as soon as in my experience, as soon as people on the Hill or in the House of Commons saw someone like me, it was really intriguing, and they were really interested in seeing, you know, what I had to say, what my ideas were. And I think that we can use that as a tool to get more involved and get our ideas, you know, out in the public.